Hi, everybody. I'm super excited to be here with one of my friends. She's visiting this weekend in Dallas. Hey, Darnise.
Hey, guys.
Can you just introduce yourself a little bit? Tell us what you're doing in Dallas and where are you at now in your life in D.C.?
Absolutely. So I came to Dallas just for my birthday. You know, Libra gang.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. But no, I'm Darnise Bailey. I am a current clinical director, but I am a licensed therapist by trade.
Love it. Also, you went to the only real HU?
Please say it again.
The HU?
The HU.
Howard University?
The HU. HU, you know. Come on, shout out to my bison.
We love it. I'm not going to say too much. You know, it's a Hampton house. You know, we have a Hampton house.
I don't want to start no beef with the fam, but they know better.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. So I'm super excited to have Darnise here just to talk a little bit about certain things that you've gone through in your life. One of the things I really wanted to touch on, what me and Darnise have in common is the fact that we relocated from Chicago and moved to different cities within the U.S. And so a lot of what I hear now on like social media is the girls trying to find a community, also guys as well. But I would say for me, like being somebody who travels a lot, it's been like super easy. I'm kind of used to it, very familiar with finding new friends, finding like the things that I like to do. But how was it for you in terms of moving from Chicago? Like, what made you move from Chicago? And then also, like, being able to kind of develop a community there?
Absolutely. So I didn't actually want to leave. Denise, shout out to Denise. My mom made me go. She said she wasn't paying for that rent anymore. So I moved back home to Chicago, did my master's program, and was like, I need something. I couldn't put my finger on it, but Chicago just felt very stagnant. Like it's the same thing.
Yeah.
We do everything. I know everybody, you know? And so I really wanted to challenge myself, but in a familiar space. So DC just kind of made sense. 'Cause of school, I'm familiar, but not as an adult. So I moved in 2019. And just luckily, and so this is where we're pretty similar. As y'all know, Faith is a socialite. But we're pretty similar is like you have people in multiple places, right? And so my college roommate is from DC, Maryland in particular. And so she allowed me to stay with her when I first moved. And so it was like I wasn't alone.
Right.
And then one of my best friends also lived down there at the time too, and still does. So I also had him. So it was like kind of built-in community where I knew if I needed something, they were present. But finding friends as an adult is just not a super easy thing to do. I think we're all able to be like social, but like actually building relationships can be pretty tough as adults because we're used to just doing proximity.
Do you have clients that come in and say like that's one of the things that they deal with?
Oh, for sure. For sure. After college, everyone's like, how am I supposed to make a friend? What's that about?
You said I am not normal.
No, you are not, which is great though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think a lot of people have anxiety about, are people judging me? Will people like me? And I know we all like to think since we grown that that's not the case, but everyone's walking around saying that.
So how were you able to find, because you have your friend group outside of your friends that you knew in DC. So how were you able to connect with them?
Through them. I'm a friend stiller.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing
Down
wrong
bad.
With that.
If I meet you and I like you, we're locked in. And the guys so my original friend group down there were just a group of men. I'm the only girl around like 5 men. Please. Y'all can only imagine. And so they had, one in particular had this one girlfriend, loved her down. And I was like, ooh, I like you.
And now we're friends.
And then she was like, here's my other friends. I was like, now we're friends. Anybody else want to add to the group? Because I love this. And so it just kind of, I guess, popped off from there. And then after having that confidence in building relationships, it's so much easier to then just sprout out on your own too.
Do you feel like you're a girl's girl?
Oh, absolutely.
What? Okay. What in your, I guess, therapist's opinion makes you a girl's girl? What makes somebody a girl's girl?
I think a girl's girl is someone who cares, like genuinely cares about a person's well-being. And I know we do that across the board, right? We're supposed to. But there's something about seeing a woman and not knowing if she's well and just saying, you know what? How are you doing? We were at a hookah lounge and we saw this girl sitting by herself. And I was like, she's cute. We should go talk to her. And literally sat down next to her. We're like, what's your name? How are you? And she was like, and we talked to her. She went out with us later that night. Like, it was a whole thing. We still kind of keep in touch, but it's just the principle of like, I want you to feel love and feel seen just because you are a woman, and I know how hard it is in life for women, and particularly Black women. So I'm that girl that's going to try to hype you up. I'm trying to help you with any endeavor you have, like just being a good girlfriend.
Yeah, I feel like it's like the want to like have the community of like, even like the community that we're in, like in Dallas. Like, I meet a lot of girls, and I know it's difficult to keep up on and check in on people and things like that. But like when I run into people that I've met before, like I'm always like, hey girl, like, you know, and that's kind of how I feel like you keep up with those relationships, where it's not necessarily so much where we have to, it's not forced where we have to go out. We have to like do these different things to continue this relationship that, I mean, normally is maybe one person or the other that's really trying to build more than just seeing each other out. But I think too, it's something special about meeting somebody for the first time and then you see them again and you act like we met. No, we didn't meet. We didn't meet. We connected, and so it takes away from some of the weirdness that be going on.
Yes, but I think that's the thing about adult relationships too. We are basing them off of what we did in high school and in college. So there's the expectation that you're going to be, you know, up my butt and around the corner when you got stuff to do. Yeah, you have a life. Like, you don't have to call me every day, all day. We can have our cute little group chats and stuff like that. But I don't have those expectations. And then I also recognize that like there's ecosystems and everyone should have them. Let's do that. Where you have your core and then you have people that's on those outer rings. So yeah, you may be like, Darnise, that girl that like to go to them football games. I'm calling her for those. Ooh, but don't take me to the club if you know I ain't a club girly. You know what I mean? But you know,
they don't like when like you don't invite them and you know that they're not like a club girly. Are you one of those girls? Darnise?
I just want the invite. I'm going to say no.
See, that's okay. So it doesn't bother me as much. I feel like I organically like just stop inviting you because I know you're going to say no. But I have a friend who like, she's like offended because like she's constantly inviting you, you're constantly telling her no. But she's trying to show up because she knows you want the invite. Yeah. But it hurts her feelings in a sense. This is what like she's expressed when like you're saying like no. And I guess it's kind of like a no, I don't want to hang out with you. Well, I can't speak for her, but just like based off of what she said, like she doesn't like extending the invite and knowing she's going to get like a no.
So I think there's a understanding of how you do it, right? So I would hit you up, and I've done this to multiple friends, and go, I know this is not your thing, but just in case today is the day you want to give something new a shot, here you go. I know you're going to say no, though, right? I don't have the expectation, and honestly, we shouldn't have expectations for anyone else but ourselves, right? Yeah. You hope that people can do, right? But like, I think depending on the person, you just have to realize like, okay, she likes feeling, like I tell my friends this, I just like feeling involved. It doesn't have to happen all the time. I may give you a little joke and be like, oh, so y'all went out? Darnise, you weren't going. You're right. But it looked cute, right? So sometimes it's just nice to feel included. But understanding that like, yeah, you're not going to invite me every single time and I'm not going to get mad about that.
Are you territorial with your friends?
No, please, love them. Okay. Because I need y'all to all like each other. Girl. Because at some point, y'all are going to be in the same room. Yeah. Especially for a birthday or a celebration of sorts. Like, I need you to be cool with each other.
Yeah, I wait a while before I introduce my friends.
For sure.
Like, I like wait.
Depending on the one.
Depending on who it is. Yeah. Like I feel like because I'm so extroverted, I have a lot of introverted friends. I don't feel like you're one of them. But but I have a lot of introverted friends in their own like circle groups. So like those are the ones where I really don't try to like force a meeting when it's like this isn't really the relationship that you wanted to build. This is kind of a relationship that kind of brought on because I found a new friend. Correct. So I definitely like to like gauge the water a little bit, like, okay, so and so come to visit. All right, let's see if the interaction makes sense. Other than that.
But that's intentionality.
I am trying to be intentional. Yeah. I am trying to be intentional. Have you let go of friends?
Absolutely.
How has that been?
Easy. it's no beef. Yeah. You know what I mean? It just, we are no longer in the same space. Like my friends, literally, I have a group of friends who, of course, all of you beautiful people want kiddos. I'm not one of those. And the running joke is, Darnise's gonna stop talking to me when I have a kid. And I was like, maybe. It's true. Right? Because we are no longer doing the same things or have the same interests. Your life will change. And I don't want to be the one friend that's trying to pull you outside to the club. But you got your 1-year-old. You know, it may feel a little weird. I think it's okay to change and grow. And I'm not saying I'm outgrowing people, but it just sometimes we don't grow in the same direction.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to end it with that. It's okay to change.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.